Are you out shopping for a new 3-row SUV that actually can tow something? Does COVID get you thinking, I'm done with planes, I'm going to drive my family places this summer, and next year we go camping and stuff because, ew, airports? Well, this may be one you want to check out. This is a 2020 Ford Expedition. Yes, Expedition. You may not have heard that very often because it's not a huge seller for Ford. And it competes in a category that's, well, frankly dominated by the Chevy Tahoe and GMC Yukon. Oh, hey, it's Tim. Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Is this your first time on the channel? Welcome! On this channel, you'll find truck and SUV news, reviews, interesting stuff I do, and the crazy things I do, and the rambling I do, and how I talk too fast. Yeah, it's on this channel. So go ahead and subscribe. Stick around. It's a good time. Let's go ahead and get the outside, and I'll start with the outside, then inside, then driving, the mile per gallon, likes, dislikes. We'll get it all done. Trust me, it'll be fun. Pop a top. Get some popcorn. Whatever you want to do. Okay, let's talk about this exterior of this 2020 Ford Expedition. I'm leaving it running, you can hear it. It's kind of loud right now because the AC's running like crazy because it's hot as heck out here today. I do have some tow hooks down there. I have the chrome accent sensor on the fog lamps. I have the C channel kind of lights here, that is. A very typical Ford badge in the front, the grill. Nothing too fancy there. Come around the sides, you can see the big shark fin antennas on top. It's kind of center mounted, it's kind of interesting. That's for your navigation and for your Sirius XM and your radio, because you do not have a antenna on this side. This is FX4 package, like I'll tell you in a minute. This is a 18-inch wheel, or yeah, 18-inch wheels. FX4. Yeah, so there's that with the side running boards. Kind of a nice body line here. You can kind of see the body line there. Not much else going on here. Let me get around to the sun side too. Yeah, you can see that body line going down. It's nice to have a body line. I thought some of these vehicles don't have that at all, and it really frustrates me. There's your side glass, kind of folds in together. It's not a bad look at all. I really like it. And the glass kind of folds over this. The way this black is done, it looks like it's one complete wrap. I did get this a little dirty, but that's okay. It's nice to see these vehicles a little dirty. I do have single exhaust. I have the FX4 limited package, and there's the wrap end of it. It does look a little bit different than Tahoe and Yukon sitting out in the parking lot, but it's still just a big SUV, which is nice. I like big SUVs. One of the most important things, though, is convenience. Open, capless, fill. Simple. Nice and simple. Let's go check out the engine. Yes. There we go, there's the engine. This is the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine. There's some stats down below for you. One of the things I want to make sure I point out, because I'm pointing out later, is right down there is a dipstick, which I'm not getting even close to today. It's so hot, I have to cool off a few hours to get to that, but this is what it sounds like. Alright, let's go check out the interior. Oh, as we get in, one thing I always like to point out, my dad likes this stuff. He's an old body guy. I want to talk about how the door's going to close. One of the things I want to talk about before I get too much further is the doors and closing, but I want to point out that this is the new access. Unlock and lock, you can do it with my hand, and I don't have to like have a key fob. I don't have the key thing here because if I keep it in my pocket, I just do that. Oh, I do have the key thing there. Look at that, lit up. I didn't see the lettering, the numbering, but you can see the numbering in there. So yeah, you can do the key and put your pin in and lock the door. But I always like to see as far as how it closes. And I wanted to check out the payload. So 1,534 pounds, what that says. It's not a lot for this kind of vehicle. And we'll put the towing number down below. But as we close it, it closes pretty solid. It's pretty nice. But yeah, 1,534, 8 passenger, divided by 200, say 200 per passenger. You're over payload capacity. So yeah, you'd be over payload capacity, and that's not even towing. So because if you take your towing, you take 10% of your tongue weight and you subtract it from the payload, you could really over payload this vehicle pretty darn quick. Okay, let's talk about this interior. So over here I have the window controls, the mirror, I have seat buttons so I can set my seating. I have the front seat where my adjustments are, so if somebody else wants to drive, they can press their button. That works pretty well. I'm trying to get a little closer here. There you can see it. Lights over here, and I have some interesting stitching. It's like a two-piece leather stitching that goes on here, and a nice like ebony kind of wood finish there. Chrome, and then down there, you can see by my jorts. Yes, I'm wearing jorts today. I have some cup holder situation, and I have adjustable pedals. It's huge adjustable pedals. This controls the third row, and this is the opener for the rear, which actually has a hatch to it. It's kind of interesting as well. We do have some controls here. We have this is the cruise control button. This controls the screens here, which I'll show you. I kind of go through those a little bit. We have the radio controls here, and we have the other controls there as far as like Bluetooth and such. But let's go, let me adjust the camera here, and I'll kind of go in. And you kind of can see these controls here. So I have gauges and tire pressure, speedometer, engine information, so I know how many hours is running, oil life, just a variety of stuff. Auto start, stop, I can turn that on and off here, which is an important thing to do. And the fuel history, towing, trailer setup checklist. There's a lot of stuff to kind of go. You can do a trailer light check too once you set up your trailer, after you go through the settings there. So interesting stuff there, and interesting stuff there. Let's come over here, adjust the camera back. This is the Sync 4 system, or 3. I think it's 3 or 4, something like that. I'll get the paperwork right now. No, I don't remember the number. Anyways, it's all right. It's not great. It's all right. I guess turn that off, or I'm gonna get in trouble with the copyright. It's just an older system. The newer system, the 5, is just gonna be amazing. And it's just my issue is not really a software. It's just a screen. And then when you put it in reverse, you have bird's eye view, which is great, but just have older cameras, and so it just seems like it could be a lot bigger screen, a lot better usage. And I guess that's because everything's a big screen these days. Auto start stop here. I do have a camera button there, so I can do the camera here as well. I can see it better, but just not quite as crisp. Downhill assist control there. This is the hazard light. This is the lane departure there as well. Some buttons there. What's nice, like I said, I have the heated seat button, steering wheel button. I have heated and cooled seats there too, which is nice to have a button there and not have to go through the system here. As you come down here, this wireless charger with that USB hookup, and we have the same ebony kind of look, and with the cup holders there too. Nice ebony kind of look, just like that style. I have a 4-wheel drive feature here, different drive modes. Here we go. Drive modes. I'll zoom in a little bit. We have drive modes. We have normal, I have eco, I have a sport mode, I have a towing mode, I have a mud mode, sand, grass, and then normal. So just some different features. That changes the transmission shift points and changes that kind of stuff. Locking rear axle too. And then down here is the big cavern known as the center console storage area. And I have some storage over there. I have that opens too. Little mini glove box, then the bigger one down there, so hard to reach over there, and then the styling over there. So one thing I always forget to do, I want to make sure I do right now, is we have the chart. So Ford Expedition Limited 8-passenger 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 10-speed. I don't have much features. I have the equipment 301A group, Ford Copilot 360 assist, voice activated touchscreen nav system, panoramic sunroof. Oh, that's this thing, big panoramic moonroof there. And then I have the FX4 package, which is off-road package with 360-degree camera, 360-degree camera there. We talked about 18-inch magnetic painted aluminum wheels. I got the tires, I got skid plates, I got running boards, I got 373 rear axle, no charge all included there, 2,000. So total price is $72,455. Built in Kentucky, and 19 combined, 17 city, 22 highway. The big changes this year, I made sure I downloaded this too. The quote Ford Copilot Assist is all new, lane keeping assist, pre-collision assist, and I thought the 10-speed was new. New delivery packages, and they're bringing the King Ranch back. Made availability subject to change is black accent package, added King Ranch, added new bumpers, revised descriptions for different stuff. So that's what's new. And mechanical, there's none. So I've always had a 10-speed, and that's interesting. Or must have been from last year. But yeah, so that's what's going on with this. Let's go ahead and hop in the second row, and I'll talk to you about that. So the second row, what's interesting here is this is how this opens. You go up, and forward like that. That's how that works. And then I have the seats folded down right now. My golf clubs are back there, but you can just climb in through here to the second row. And you got plenty of headroom back there, no problems there. I do have USBs over there and I have some climate control there. And I have some vents. Vents are up here. And they have control there. Let's keep going around the back. What's interesting is this can open as well. And then this opens there too. So open that up. And you can see my golf clubs fit across. I do have some controls for the second row and for the third row, so I can manually do those. Or actually, not they're powered here, I should say, powered. And I do have a pretty flat load here. One thing you notice with the Tahoe is it gets a little bit taller, and sometimes you have a problem putting stuff in because it's such a tall opening there. This is nice. It's a little bit down lower with the independent front rear suspension. So you still load stuff up, and then the seats still load flat, so you can have a lot of storage in here. You probably can load all this stuff down and put some 4x8 sheets of plywood in here too. It kind of uses a truck. And oh, I took the cover off the back because I was towing, and looks like I left my thing on there, so I take my thing off. But there's the towing hook up there as well, and we have the control coming out here. And there's the interior. And if my face looks like it's on fire, that's because it's on fire in here. It's 93 degrees out, and I have the AC turned on, but yeah, it's going to take a little bit to cool me down. So no, I have not been drinking, and no, I'm not hot from anything else, not sunburned. It's just hot. So behind the wheel of the 2020 Ford Expedition, I was saying, is that it's got the independent front and independent rear, and so that allows for a pretty smooth ride quality. It's not anything like a luxury ride quality, but it's much better than the solid axle kind of vehicles because you don't have to worry about that big weight. It feels a lot smaller as far as you're driving it, and it just feels a little bit lighter. I mean, kind of weird to say that, right? But it feels lighter to me. Also, this 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine has a lot of get up and go, and I don't really worry about waiting for my tail end to come around when I go around corners. Yeah, it keeps up. It's really nice. I'm getting behind a very slow Cadillac at the moment. I'm driving through a scenic part of a little Nebraska area, and they are doing the Scenic View Tour. So we're slowing down. Speaking of slowing down, I have adaptive cruise control on this, which sends a radar or sonar. There's a sonar or radar. Yeah, it sends a sonar signal out and picks up a vehicle in front of me and puts it on my screen so I can see it. And it keeps a distance set between me and that vehicle so I don't get too close to it. So it's nice. I have cruise set at 45, but they go slow and I go slow. Don't really care. It's a nice day today. Other things to note on this is that braking is fine. I have no problems there with braking. Seat comfort's okay. I think these seats could probably get broken a little bit more. They're really interesting. They're like a mix between a luxury seat of like 2008 and 2009 and an entry-level seat from like some new Kia and Hyundai, different places that offer upgraded seats for a lower price. So it's a really interesting place there. As far as driving position, great driving position. I can see lots of visibility around me, and the steering wheel is nice and thick, and it's easy to grab hold of. I don't feel like I have much driver fatigue. That with the safety features, the lane departure assist, and things like that, I just kind of sit back and relax. It's not really a stressful drive. Okay, I'm in the Expedition. I'm doing my mile per gallon test. They just dropped this off. They put a full tank gas in it. I'll show you that on screen. I'm going to reset the trip odometer. We're going to Torrington, which is 30 some miles away. Flip around, come back. I'll hit the gas station. We'll calculate how many miles I actually used, and we'll see if the trip computer is accurate or not accurate. So let me show you the screen here. There you go. There's the screen, and then when I go over trip, and then we're going to reset the trip. There you go, it's all reset. So everything reset, full tank of gas. Let's go ahead and go for a drive. Just got back into town. We're gonna fill this up. Oh, it clicked. So let me go ahead and add a little bit more to it. There it goes. So we have 3.695. Let's go figure out what that is on the computer inside. Nice display they have here at Sinclair. Really high class. All right, so I'm looking at the trip odometer, and I'll show you on the screen that we went 76.5 miles. So 76.5 miles divided by 3.695 miles, I get 20.7 miles per gallon. The computer says 22.8, so I'm quite a bit off, which is a little surprising to be that far off, like over 2 miles per gallon. So I was wondering, I have it over here on the sheet. Bing, right there. Supposed to get 19 combined, 17 highway, or 17 city, 22 highway. So I've done about average. I mean, I've kind of hit the mark there for the average fuel economy. Let's go ahead and get to my 5 likes and my 5, well, not so much. Okay, my 5 likes. Number 1 is gonna be the engine. Like I said, it's got plenty of get up and go, and it's a fun drive. I don't have a problem driving this around. EcoBoost is always a good time. Never have any concerns with the power delivery. No problems there, especially empty. No problems there at all. Number 2 likes about it. I just like the seats and the seating position. Yeah, I know I said they're like an older luxury kind of seat, but they're really not bad. They're really kind of a comfortable seat, and the biggest thing with this is you're driving a long distance usually with this, and so you really want some comfort. Number 3 on our list, speaking of comfort, I have heated and cooled seats, and I have AC controls for the rear as well, and so I can control anything in the cabin can be split up, controlled by the kids, controlled by me, and get some air on my face. There we go. And so I feel like it's a really nice situation where I can control all the AC vents and not have to worry about kids doing stuff. Number 4 is, even though it's a little bit older, they have updated a few things. So I have the new 10-speed transmission, which again helps me off the line, helps me with towing, helps me not hunting for gears, and I have a wireless charger here for my cell phone, so I can just throw my phone in there and it charges as I drive. I don't have to worry about plugging in cables and keeping the cable around, all kind of crap. It just goes in. Crud. I say crud. Okay, number 5 thing I like about it, it's got to be the storage. There's tons of storage opportunities. I have a big center console, I have tons of cup holders everywhere you look. I have lots of storage in the back too, and USBs back there too. So I'm going to have happy kids. They can put their juice box down, they can plug in their Kindle, and they are satisfied. Okay, 5 things that I don't really care for this vehicle about, and some of these are kind of Timisms, and sometimes I get picked on by these, but, well, here they are. Number 1. While I like the EcoBoost engine, and I make a left-hand turn here, and while I like it off the line, and I think it's a lot of fun to drive, I do have one concern. Yeah, that concern is it may be too much fun to drive. So, with an EcoBoost, you typically either get Eco or you get Boost, right? So either Eco, which you're getting a really good fuel economy, or you really get into it and you have a lot of turbo and you're really having a lot of fun driving it. And so that's one thing you got to keep in mind, is that you're going to get inconsistent fuel economy throughout your driving experience, because some days you may be mad at the world, you want to step on it. Some days, well, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to drive nicely, like driving grandma on a Sunday afternoon. Number 2, and this is when it comes down to towing. Now, some people love EcoBoost towing. I should say better, EcoBoost towing. Some people don't. I mean, it's interesting. You have a very small V6, which historically it's always been a V8 because you need that additional engine size when you're towing larger loads. Ford has come back on that and said, no, you don't. Nah, you just need the V6. It's fine. But it's something to keep in mind, that if you go to the competitors, you can still get a V8 in this. And I think this comes in a V8 as well, but in this configuration of 3.5 liters. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm going to put it down below if I'm wrong, but keep that in mind, that what you're shopping for. Yeah, those details. Number 3 thing, while I do have the wireless charger, and I do have a couple USBs there, I don't really have much USBs elsewhere. Nope. Nowhere else USBs. So really, I only have 2 and the wireless. So I think on a long distance trip, my wife and I may be fighting over the cords. And I don't know why there's not more. Seems like there's an opportunity there, especially because I have a 12-volt hookup. Just add another cord there, or add a plug-in for a household adapter, put an inverter in. Either way, just make something happen. Number 4 is going to be the infotainment screen. Yes, I showed you this interior video. Is that this is the old Sync system. I want to say it's Sync 3 or 4, something like that. I can't keep the number straight. This is the older system, and it definitely does look older. I mean, not only do you have the older kind of look to it and the older layout, the new one's going to be so much better, by the way. I saw the new one. but you have a smaller screen and you have some pretty bad cameras in that screen. The camera quality isn't really good at all with this. So, a vehicle this size, you definitely want a bigger camera to see behind you, and they have an opportunity there that could really improve that. Number 5 is going to be underneath the hood. Yeah, try checking the oil in this thing. I about burned myself when I checked the oil. It's in such a bad spot that I just don't understand it. Maybe this is my personal crusade against automakers for doing this, but I know that dipstick can be relocated different places. It just takes a little bit of engineering know-how or a longer tube. That can be fixed. Real simple. And I don't know why that detail tends to always get overlooked in vehicles, and it, to me, it makes a big difference. So there you go. There's my 5 likes and 5 not so likes about this 2020 Ford Expedition. So make sure you check out this video over here. Really good stuff. Also, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.